5 signs you will be a pro footballer, and this one we're going to keep pretty succinct and pretty short. And we're going to get right into what these 5 signs are coming up next. Really quick, guys, before we get started, I would like to thank the sponsor of this video, OneFootball, which you can download for free down below in the description. OneFootball is an incredible app for all football fans that want to keep up to date on the latest results internationally and at club level, keep up with your favorite club, your favorite national team. They also even have video compilations of different things, which I think is actually really cool. One of my favorite features on this app. Again, this app is absolutely free, and it's just a must for any football fanatic that wants to make sure they know what's going on in the world of football. So make sure you give some love to OneFootball by downloading it for free down below in the description. Without further ado, let's get into the rest of the video. All right, now I have made a longer version of this video, so if you, after watching this video, want a way more in-depth video on these signs, I will link that down below and I will have that come across. Also, make sure you get my free ebook, Game Changer, which you can get down below in the second link if you are interested. Now, these signs don't guarantee you'll make it to the pro level, but they cannot hurt your chances and in fact will go a long way in some cases, especially done over time, to help you get to higher and higher levels. So without further ado, let's get into the very first one, going in reverse order with number 5. And number 5 is that you are making football a priority, and that means you are making the sacrifices needed to make it to this level, to any high level. You know, anything you put your main focus on, you're obviously going to grow in. But if you are getting distracted, you're playing video games, for example, when you could be training, you know, you're hanging out with friends all the time and not putting focus on your football, well, that's going to reflect on your abilities. That's going to reflect in your game and you're not going to improve as much. You know, most people who make it to that high level, they have to sacrifice a lot to get there because it's that important to them. Now, that doesn't mean you have to do that. But if you want to get to the pro level, if you want to get to a high level, you are going to have to make some sacrifices. And some of those things you may have wanted to do, you're going to have to put to the side so that you can focus more on your football. Number 4 is having an X factor. Now, when you get to the pro level or a high level in general, most players are going to be good at everything. But not every player may have that one thing that they're the best at or one of the best at. For example, if you're a striker, it would be very helpful to have an X factor or be so good at your finishing and movement because you're going to need good ball control in that position. You're going to need to be able to pass and move, hold the ball up and do many different things. But what is one of the most impactful things you can do if you're a striker? That's score goals. And so if you train your finishing and movement to get into those positions to such a point where you score most chances, well, now you've suddenly become an amazing goal scorer who can possibly hang at higher and higher and higher levels. So determine what that X factor for you would be and really double down on that. Again, you need to be good at everything. So what is the one thing you can focus on that really is like your secret weapon? Give this video a like if that last one or what we've talked about so far has been valuable and you're enjoying this video. And let's get on to number 3. Number 3 is being proactive, and you'd be surprised how many players, even already playing at a good level, are not proactive. They're not going out there and trying to actually find agents, get connections, or make connections that will help them in the game. You know, a lot of this game, especially if you want to play professional at some level, is going to be down to your connections. Who do you know? Who can help you get that first foot through the door? And a lot of times it's going to be knowing other professional players or players who've already made it to that level, them recommending certain agents who can get your foot in the door. You know, maybe connecting with certain coaches that can help you in some way. It may not be today, it might be later down the road. But be proactive in what you're doing, not just in your training, but in getting your name out there. You know, there are players, for example, who start YouTube channels to showcase themselves, to showcase their journeys. Look at Brandow, for example, showed his whole journey, and I guarantee him doing that not only helped him stay accountable, but helped teams notice him, helped people help him and come in and be like, hey man, I want to help you get there. So be proactive in getting yourself out there, in, you know, connecting with people that are going to be able to help you on your journey. Second one is strong mental attributes. This is often an overlooked area of the game, but guess what? I don't care how good you are, how skillful you are. If you're not confident, you don't have strong mental attributes, you won't be consistent, you will crumble in pressure situations, and that pressure situation might be that professional trial. It might be when there's a coach or a scout or an agent that's watching that could be that gateway for you into the professional game or into a higher level or into that college you want, but because you have weak mental attributes, you're not able to show what it is that you can do. You have to be training your mental attributes. It's a skill like anything else, your confidence or whatever else it is. Now, I actually have a sale going on right now called the Standout Player Bundle, where you can get 4 courses for the price of 1. If you are interested in that, it's only going to be for the next few days. So if you're watching this video a week later, it's probably not still going on, but I will link that down below in the 3rd link if that is something you're interested in. But please work on your mental attributes. It is so crucial, so important, often overlooked, but can make everything either come together or have everything fall apart. And number 1 is obvious, but be a game changer. Every position, no matter where you play, has in some way or another the opportunity to be a game changer consistently. And guess what? If you are a game changer in a positive way, that is, you're not scoring own goals or doing silly things, but you're influencing the game positively, often you will be noticed by better teams. You will, especially if you mix that proactive thing we went over, you will start to get opportunities. You know, you have to have a mentality and that mindset to be a game changer. You have to be standing up and being counted. And a lot of players don't take on that responsibility. But guess what? Again, if you play within yourself, it doesn't matter how skillful you are. It doesn't matter how good your fundamentals are. It doesn't matter how good your intelligence is on the pitch if you're not showing it. And so learn to be a game changer. Learn to be someone that shows what they can do on the pitch, makes a difference, makes an impact. If you're a striker not scoring goals, you're not that much use to your team. If you're a midfielder who keeps losing the ball or can't create, and that's what you're there to do, it's not great for your team. If you're a winger who can't take someone one-on-one or just never does, even though they have the ability to do so, you know, why would a better team want to take you on board? So start learning to be a game changer, someone who can stand up and be counted, someone who stands out from the pack. And like one of my friends who plays professional football, David Rowley, said, just a lot of players aren't standing out. It's not that they don't have the ability to, they're just not doing it. They're not taking on that responsibility, getting into that mindset, getting into that identity of being someone who is and stands out. That was a weird way of saying that. But anyway, be a standout player. Learn how to become that, train to be that, and start consistently standing out in your matches, and you won't be able to be ignored, especially if you're doing the rest of the stuff on this list. All right, guys, so again, those were 5 signs you will become a pro player. Again, this doesn't guarantee anything, but as you can tell from what I've gone over, if you're doing all of these things and you're being honest with yourself and you're actually doing these things, it's gonna help you immensely. Again, check out the links I have in the description down below for some of those deals, for some other stuff as well that can really help you along your journey, and I will see you in the next video.